Sound familiar? That slow, grinding
We often talk
creep?
about joint pain
It's the
in a
sound we
big way.
associate with age.
We talk
The
about
sound
inflammation.
of stiffness, of effort. We often
Aches and
dismiss it as
pains in
just
your joints
getting
and back
old.
can make
But
everyday
what if
activities
getting
a real
old
struggle.
isn't the real answer? What if that feeling, that stiffness in your knees, that ache in your lower back, that sudden cold fear of a fall isn't just a feeling, but a warning sign? Your body is under attack right now from two invisible, relentless adversaries that thrive in the shadow of aging. One is a thief moving silently through your body, hollowing you out from the inside. We call it osteoporosis. The other is a fire, a smoldering inflammation that erupts in the critical intersections of your body, grinding movement to a halt. We call it arthritis. These two are the chief architects of frailty. They are the reason why a simple stumble can become a life-altering event. And to fight them, to manage them, to even understand them, we first have to expose exactly how they wage their war on the cellular level.
To go into what we call
This is the
remodeling,
real science
where
of
the
what
body
happens to
starts
your
to
skeleton
remove
as
damaged
you
bone.
age. The first thing you must understand is this: your bones are not dead. They are not lifeless rocks you carry around. Your skeleton is a living, breathing, and profoundly busy city. This city is under constant renovation, managed by two specialized teams of cells. On one side, you have the osteoblasts. Think of them as the meticulous builders. They arrive at a site, lay down fresh collagen, and meticulously mineralize it, building strong, new bone. On the other side, you have the osteoclasts. This is the demolition crew. Their job is just as important. They move in, secrete a mild acid, and dissolve old, damaged, or unneeded bone, clearing the way for the builders. For the first 30 years of your life, this city is booming. The builders are energetic, working faster than the demolition crew. You're not just replacing old bone, you're adding to it. You are building what scientists call your peak bone mass. You are literally and figuratively building your bone bank. But around age 35, the foreman of the construction site changes. The dynamic shifts. The demolition crew gets a little too efficient. The builders start to slow down. They can't quite keep up. Now, this is a normal part of aging for everyone. But for many, especially for women, a dramatic event throws this entire system into chaos: menopause. You see, the hormone estrogen plays a crucial role. It's not just a reproductive hormone, it's the city manager. One of its key jobs is to keep the demolition crew, the osteoclasts,
Without
in
estrogen's
check.
steady hand,
It
the
tells them when
osteoclast
to
demolition
work,
crew goes
and
into
more
overdrive,
importantly,
multiplying
when
and
to
dissolving
stop.
bone at a
When
dangerously
menopause
accelerated
hits,
rate.
estrogen levels plummet. The city manager suddenly vanishes. Without estrogen's signal, the demolition crew goes into overdrive.
In healthy bone,
They
a
begin
delicate balance
dissolving
exists
bone
between
at an
bone
accelerated
formation
rate.
and resorption.
The builders,
But in
already
osteoporosis,
tired,
this balance
fall
is
further
disrupted.
and further behind. The city isn't just being renovated, it's being hollowed out. This is osteoporosis. It means porous bone. Look at the difference. The healthy bone has a thick outer shell and a dense interconnected matrix. It's designed to absorb impact. The osteoporotic bone is a ghost. Its internal supports are gone. The outer shell is thin as paper. And that is why we call it the silent thief. It does its work for decades with zero symptoms. You don't feel your bones getting weaker. You feel fine. You feel normal. Until the day you have a minor slip. A simple fall from a standing height. Or sometimes just a hard cough or a sudden twist. And the bone, now too brittle to support your own weight, collapses. This isn't just a broken bone. For the elderly, a hip
One
fracture
moment of
can
hard
be a
coughing can
devastating,
lead to a fracture.
life-ending cascade. The thief has finally been caught, but the treasure, your strength, your independence, is already gone. If
curtain newer
osteoporosis
inches
is the
forwards.
silent thief of your frame, arthritis is the noisy
It can be a
saboteur
door
of your
hinge that
hinges.
squeaks.
Your joints are marvels of engineering. Where two bones meet, they are capped with a substance called articular cartilage. This cartilage is incredible. It's a living tissue, slicker than wet ice on wet ice, and it's super absorbent. Its job is to be the perfect cushion, allowing your bones to glide over each other for a lifetime with almost zero friction. But this perfect system can be broken down into distinct and equally devastating ways. First, let's look at the most common culprit, osteoarthritis, or OA. This is wear and tear arthritis. Think
Wear
of your
and tear
cartilage
isn't
like the
just for your
tread on a
car's
tire.
tires. It
After
also
millions of
happens to the
steps,
cartilage in your
decades of
knees.
climbing
A
stairs,
lifetime
and
of
a
movement
lifetime
can
of
wear
movement.
it down.
That slick, cushiony surface simply wears down. The cartilage, which has no nerves, disappears. And for the first time,
Without that cushion,
bone,
the ends
which
of
is
your
full of
bones,
nerves,
which are full of
begins
nerves,
to rub
start to
directly
grind against each
bone.
other. Your body
The body
panics
in a
and tries to
panic
fix the
tries to
problem.
fix this, but it does a terrible job. It starts growing tiny, sharp, jagged pieces of new bone around the joint, called bone spurs. This only makes the grinding, the pain, and the stiffness worse. This is the mechanical, grinding pain of osteoarthritis.
Oh, that hurts.
But there is another, more sinister form, rheumatoid arthritis, or RA. This is not wear and tear. This is an autoimmune disease. This is a civil war. In a healthy person, your immune system is your protector. In someone with RA, that system malfunctions. It becomes confused. It misidentifies the healthy lining of your own joints, the synovial membrane, as a dangerous invader, like a virus or bacteria. And so your body attacks
In an
itself.
autoimmune response,
It unleashes
immune
its
cells
full
mistakenly
inflammatory
identify the
arsenal.
synovial membrane
This
as a
isn't
dangerous
mechanical
invader.
problem. It's a chemical one. The joint becomes a war zone. It swells, it becomes hot, stiff, and intensely painful. This inner fire of inflammation, if left unchecked, is relentless. It doesn't just stop at the lining. The corrosive chemicals will actively eat away at the cartilage and then erode the bone itself, leading to severe, crippling deformities. So, two very different diseases, both called arthritis. One is a lifetime of wear, the other is a lifetime of war. Both result in the same tragic outcome, the loss of movement and the daily reality of chronic pain.
This is the part that is almost never discussed. Osteoporosis and arthritis are not two separate stories. They are two partners in crime. They feed each other, creating a devastating downward spiral that is far more destructive than either one alone. Let's trace the connections. It starts with pain. Let's say you have osteoarthritis in your knee. It hurts. Every step is a grind. So what do? Logically? You stop moving. You take the stairs less. You stop going for walks.
Stop
You become
moving.
more sedentary because movement equals pain. But remember our bone city. It has one golden rule. Use it or lose it. Bone is heavy. The body won't waste resources maintaining bone it doesn't think you need. Mechanical stress, the impact of walking, running, lifting, is the signal that tells the builders to get to work. By becoming inactive, you have just cut that signal. The demolition crew, osteoclasts, keeps working at its normal pace, but the builders have all gone home. Your inactivity dramatically accelerates bone loss. Your arthritis-induced pain has now actively caused your osteoporosis to get worse, far more faster than it would have otherwise. But the cycle works in reverse, too. Let's say you have osteoporosis. Your bone structure is weak. Your body, cleverly, knows this. Your muscles tense up to protect your fragile frame. Your gait, the way you walk, changes. You are no longer walking efficiently. You are putting abnormal, shearing forces on your joints, particularly your hips and knees. You are asking your cartilage to absorb impacts it was never designed to handle. Your weak bones are now causing your joints to wear out faster. Your osteoporosis is accelerating your osteoarthritis. This is the vicious cycle. Pain leads to weakness, and weakness leads back
This is
to
normal
pain.
walking.
This is the trap
Forces are
that catches
distributed
millions.
evenly through
It's
the
a
hip and
whirlpool
knee
that
joints.
pulls people from
But as
active
we
independence
age, some
into
of us
frailty,
develop an
falls,
abnormal
and
gait.
fractures. Understanding this cycle isn't meant to scare you. It's meant to empower you. Because if you understand the mechanism of the trap, you can see the escape routes. How do you fight the silent thief of osteoporosis? You have to prove to your body that you need your bones. This means weight-bearing exercise, walking, jogging, dancing, lifting weights. This is the signal. This is the employment order for your osteoblasts. You are telling the builders to get back on the job. And of course, you must give them supplies. Calcium is the brick. Vitamin D is the foreman who tells the builders how to use
When
the
there's
brick.
not enough calcium,
Without both,
bone
construction
construction
stops.
grinds to a halt.
But what about arthritis? If movement hurts, how can you exercise? This is the paradox. And the answer is the right kind of movement. If OA is wear and tear,
How can you
you need
exercise
to
when you
stop
have
wearing
arthritis?
and start
The
lubricating.
answer, a
Movement in a
low-impact
low-impact
environment.
environment, like a swimming pool, is perfect. The water supports your weight, taking the grinding pressure off the joint, but the motion itself flushes the joint.
On land, gravity
Cartilage is like a
creates grinding
sponge.
pressure on our
When you
joints.
move, it
But in water,
compresses
that
and
pressure
releases,
is relieved.
pulling in
Think of
fresh,
your cartilage like a
nutrient-rich
sponge.
synovial fluid. Gentle motion is lubrication. It is medicine for the joint. And for RA, the autoimmune fire, while modern medicine has developed incredible biologic drugs to calm the immune system, you can help douse the flames. An anti-inflammatory diet, rich in omega-3s and antioxidants, can help manage the systemic fire. Your body is the house you live in for your entire life. Osteoporosis, the silent thief, is trying to rot the foundations from within. Arthritis, the inner fire, is trying to rust the hinges shut. Aging is inevitable. The passage of time guarantees change, but the outcome, the collapse into frailty, is not. The creaking door is not a sentence, it's a symptom. It's a signal. By understanding the why the bones hollow, why the joints ache, you are no longer a passive victim of aging. You become an active participant, an informed architect capable of reinforcing your foundations and oiling your hinges. You become the manager of your own extraordinary living city.